Hello, everybody. My name is Crow, but you know me as Duck Crokin. And it's been about a week since the new season dropped, and I wanted to go over some of the team ups that I felt were best designed. Now, I'm not talking about team ups that are like, oh, the strongest competitive, or like the best for that character, or just broken. I'm talking about like team ups that will fit well into the character's kit due to some type of lore. So, like something from the comics, the movies, or like TV shows. Like, which team ups work well for that specific character and how they typically express their power in media. And I basically picked 10 characters, and I'm going to list them through alphabetical order. And I mean, there's not really much to this. It's kind of just the team ups that I think work really well for the base kit of that character. So, let's get into it. Captain America has two very strong team ups, one with Bucky and the one with Thor. But for Captain America's character, the Bucky one seems to make more sense to me, considering he's always been, the leader of the Avengers. And so, a team up where he's able to support his team and allow them to survive for longer, I mean, that seems very Captain America-like to me. Sure, the Thor team-up is probably better for offense, but the Bucky team-up allows you to be there for your team pretty much whenever they need you. And it gives them overhealth, it gives yourself overhealth, and that just all fits decently well into Captain America's kit. Plus, you can use both your movement abilities on a combo. You don't have to worry about using one to escape, because you can use the Bucky team-up instead. So, I think the Bucky team-up is very well fit for Captain America's kit. Next up, we got Groot, and he's kind of always been the gentle giant character, let's call him. Where he's obviously like this big guy who can, pretty powerful, but he's always been kind of this gentle spirit almost, where he's always like prioritizing helping people over, just destroying people outright. And that's kind of a good representation of the Mantis team up with him, where he's able to use it to heal his team, keep him up, even if it's not that much healing. So it kind of is a good fit for his gentle giant character of using a power that could otherwise be used for offense, that being his walls, as a way to support your team instead. So for Groot, the Mantis team up makes a whole lot of sense to me. Just as a base part of his kit, because he's a gentle giant. Next up, we got Invisible Woman, and what her team-up does is basically an ability she uses a lot in the comics, where she's able to make other teammates around her invisible. And that makes a lot of sense, because that's just something she does a lot in the comics. She is the invisible woman. She can make herself and others invisible. So this team-up is just a great representation of her powers. Just like an expansion of it, because you got your force shield, you got your pushes, you got your pulls, you got your weird vortex, I still don't know where that comes from. And then you have the ability to make yourself and others invisible, which makes sense for Invisible Woman.
Even saw me coming.
This is basically just invisibility for others is just so comic accurate, it just makes a lot of sense, but it's definitely not the better of the two teams for her. Now, we got Iron Fist, and the Thing team up, because I think this one is definitely, the better of the two for Iron Fist character, because it just feels like just such a basic part of the kit, that you, should normally have, and it's just really good when pairing with a bunch of other stuff, because it's just another combo piece for a dive character. I didn't do the combo there, but you get the point. It's kind of, and it makes sense. It doesn't really look like you can't really tell at first glance which other character would give this to him. you know? Because unless you like look at his arm,
Your
where
fight is
there's like
over.
rocks flying around it. But, like this part, like this team up ability, just feels so like basic and something he should already have in his kit. Like look at how well that just fits into his combos. Like there, I actually did the combo correctly.
Another loser to
So like,
punch.
it just fits so well, and he's a martial artist, so having another way to punch just makes a whole lot of sense. Hello guys, Intermission Pool back at it again, here to tell you to subscribe, because I'm currently doing this for charity since I did some not so good stuff to a certain location recently. We don't need to talk about it, but basically, I'd like to get paid, so you guys gotta subscribe so Crow can get paid, because when he gets paid, that means your boy Deadpool gets paid. You see what I'm saying? So, come on, just click that big red button. And if you don't, then I'll have to do more community service with the stuff I'm gonna do to you guys. So watch out. Deadpool out. Now we have Jubilee. Now, something you should know about this version of Jubilee is not only is she a horseman of apocalypse, but she's also a vampire. That's like she's just actually just a vampire, this version of her. So having an ability that allows her to lifesteal just so easily, like Blade, like this team up just fits really well into her kit because it gives her lifesteal. And she's a vampire, and the only other vampire in the game, Blade, he's also got this lifesteal ability. So that makes her all the more vampire-like, honestly. I know the Hood team-up also gives her lifesteal, and the Hood team-up's definitely better. But the Blade team-up makes sense for her because it's two vampires, like, kind of sharing the power of lifesteal. So it makes a lot of sense in my book. Because, like, you just pop it, and you get lifesteal for doing damage. So I think this one makes a whole lot of sense, even if the Hood team-up is better. I think this one makes more sense for Jubilee. Now we have Loki and the Hela team up. You can honestly use either team up, honestly. Both teams work well for Loki's kit, but the Hela team up is very accurate to what kind of character Loki is. Because, you know, he is the trickster, he's the shapeshifter, which is a major thing, and it's literally his ultimate.
My next trick.
So just getting a mini ultimate for like a couple seconds is really useful because it gives you a part of a kit. Sure, it's not that good if you don't take a healer. You're kind of blocking out your like team's healing output by a lot, and you're locking yourself out of Loki's kit, which includes his runes. But like, for his character, it makes a lot of sense, especially if you transform and you don't use an ability, and you transform into an enemy. The enemy team will see you as an ally until you use an ability or take damage. So you can basically kind of just, you know, trick them, I guess. That it makes a lot of sense for Loki's kit because he's a trickster. It's the whole point of what Loki is. You know, he's the god of lies, the god of mischief, you know? Taking abilities from other people makes a whole lot of sense. Moving on, we have Storm, and similar to Groot, who I talked about earlier, she's kind of this powerful character who's rather use her powers to help others, and that's a great example of what the Jeff team-up does for her. It heals allies within the area. Like, the main part of Storm's kit is that she uses lightning and wind to help her allies. Like, she gives speed boost, she gives damage boost. And the Jeff team-up gives her a third kind of weather, that being rain, and it lets her literally support her allies in a new way. And that's kind of who Storm is. She's always been this kind, powerful person. Like, in all the comics, she's always just been kind. And that's a great example. She's just supporting her team more with the Jeff team. Sure, the Storm, like, the hit scan Storm is definitely better overall. But it makes a lot more sense to have the Jeff team up because it's more in line with Storm's character. Alright, now we have someone who clearly missed his court mandate. We have the Punisher and his team up, which is with Rocket, and there's a reason this was taken out of the game.
Double KO.
Yeah, increased fire rate on a shotgun with one
Wow,
shot.
4 in a row.
Like, Punisher as a character, he's always kind of looking for ways to upgrade his arsenal, carry more weaponry with him, and this team up is both broken and a great like example of Punisher's character, because he's kind of this unethical like, guy who still like fights for his own kind of justice. So this is just right up Punisher's alley. That it's just is a really good team up, like just on its own, and it's a great example of the kind of character Punisher is. And it works well with Rocket too, because it's also like in line for Rocket's character. And he's not even on this list. So this is both the better team up gameplay and lore, definitely. Now we got Ultron. And two things before we start talking about what his team up actually does. One, when he uses the Penny team up, he gets a cute little spider bot on his shoulder. So that's just adorable. And two, this version of Ultron is from the 2099 timeline, the same as Penny. And what he did was he left Earth when he was created instead of trying to conquer it, and found the Ultron virus. He took a race of aliens who was similar to robots, and he basically took it and upgraded it with his own code, which is how he's able to heal in this game. And so what this does is he combines the 2099 tech with alien tech, upgrading himself, and this Penny team-up is a great example of Ultron. He's a kind of character who's always looking to upgrade himself. And so being able to get an upgrade, literally, is kind of exactly what Ultron wants. The Iron Man team-up also kind of does this, but I think the Penny one is just a better example. And also it's cuter, because it gives him a little spider bot on his shoulder. So that's why I chose this one. And it's just really works well, since like you can just put a drone on all of your allies at once, and then give them all overhealth. So it's both good as a support character, and it makes sense for Ultron getting more upgrades to more people, at more distances. It just makes sense for Ultron. Alright, now, last but certainly not least, we got everyone's favorite symbiote, Venom. And a little bit of lore about Venom, which I'm sure most of you probably do know, is that Venom, needs to consume brains in order to stay sane because of a specific chemical found in them that actually exists. And it also exists in chocolate, it also actually exists. This is, real science that they used for this character's, anatomy. He needs to eat the specific chemical found in both brains and chocolate to stay sane and, get stronger, basically. And the Blade team-up, it gives him, regen. It allows him to regenerate health when he uses his right-click, which is kind of in line with what Venom does. He consumes people to heal himself. This is true in the movies, and the comics, and a lot of different forms of media, including Venom, where he needs to consume people. So, you just pop your right click, and you start regen health. Look at that. It makes a lot of sense for Venom. And the reason I'm regenerating health right now is because of the green HP. It makes sense for Venom to have this kind of power, because it's accurate to a lot of the stuff he does. It's the reason why his ultimate takes, it cuts people's HP down and gives him overhealth. It's for the same purpose. So it makes a lot of sense to me. Well, thanks you guys for... What did Deadpool do? Again? We told him not to... Okay, listen guys, Deadpool went a little rogue this time. Listen. He kind of threatened you guys, which ain't cool at all, I'm gonna be honest. Don't worry about him. He's not actually gonna do anything, I hope. But, thank you guys so much for watching if you made it all the way through. I hope you guys like this, and remember, this isn't, a power tier list. This is just, like character design tier list basically, and like how it relates to their lore. And I really appreciate you guys if you watched all the way through. So see you guys next time.